And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. Welcome back and welcome aboard. Today we are back in Takeoff. We're going to be making our way north up to Santa Cruz De La Sierra, Bolivia. Continuing our route further north in South America, and we're trying to end off this South America tour. I want to end it off before Flight Simulator 2024 comes out, but that's probably not going to happen. So by the time you see this, there'll probably be well, Flight Simulator 2024 will probably be out, but I'm going to be showing some more FS 2020 flights. So let's take a quick look at the weather right now. If we look at windy.com, as you can see, the weather in Santa Cruz de la Sierra is pretty decent overall. Looking at variable winds, 2 knots, visibility is 10 kilometers or more. As you can see, there is weather in the area, but it should be good for this flight. Speaking of the flight, it's not too long today. We are looking at cruising altitude of 24,000 feet, and flight time is going to be 1 hour and 13 minutes. We don't even really have a full load on the aircraft today, so yeah, everything should be good. Alright, so we are going to start our taxi towards the runway. The runway is actually off to our right here, if you look out the right of the aircraft. Oh, you can't really see it. But just trust me, it's off to the right, but this spot is in the grass for some reason, so... Actually, no, runway is to our left. There we go. So we're going to taxi out of here, and we're going to taxi right up to the end of the runway. And we're going to actually have plenty of space here to turn around. Just want to get out of this long grass here. I'm going to come to the runway. There we go. Oh, actually perfect. It's runway 02 right here. Shortest taxi ever. Awesome. Alright, so we're gonna stop right here, and we are going to go into flight idle. No warnings on our cars. Flaps are 15 degrees. We've already set our trim. Altimeter is set as well. We will go ahead and set our heading mode. Oh, sorry, align our heading, and we'll set the CDI source to GPS. Looks like when we take off, we're just going to turn left, and we should get right on our flight plan. If we go up top, let's get our landing lights on, strobes on as well, and we are good to get out of here, folks. Alright. Set our takeoff power. One other thing. Something I always forget to do. I'm going to set our pressurization. We're going to be at 24,000 feet. So let's set that right about there. And that's it. Good to go, folks. Alright. Takeoff power is set. And I apologize as well. I'm just getting over a bit of a cold, so my throat is a tad bit scratchy right now. So if you hear me cough, that's what's going on. applying a little bit of left rudder so we can stay straight. And rotate.
Airborne time logged.
Gear up. And we're gonna go ahead and start this left turn right away. Just to run our flight plan, we can kind of hand fly it for now. All right. So this is the town of Tartagal below us. And we can enjoy the view a little bit as we climb out. Let's get our flaps up as well. Very small town. And this is a very small airport as well. All right. So I'm just gonna set the trim so I can kind of ease off the throttles a little bit. Let's see. There we go. And we'll do autopilot yaw damper. We can go nav mode right away. And let's go IAS as well. Taxi lights can come off. And let's go to climb power as well. Right, so everything is looking good. It's probably the smoothest takeoff I've done this aircraft in a while. And let's just see what we can see on departure here. Pretty awesome views. So as we come to the clouds, you can go ahead and talk about our destination for today. I love the name of the airport. It is Viru Viru International, and that's located in Santa Cruz de la Sierra, Bolivia. So Santa Cruz de la Sierra is such a fascinating city. It's actually the largest city in Bolivia and has seen a lot of growth in recent years. With a population now of around 1.9 million people, it's known for being a lively, cosmopolitan place that still holds onto its tropical charm and laid-back vibe. The Santa Cruz has this unique character because it's quite different from the more traditional highland cities like La Paz or Sucre. So it feels like its own world with a mix of indigenous heritage, Spanish colonial influence, and a bustling modern culture. The climate in Santa Cruz is warm and tropical. Most of the year it's hot and humid, with temperatures often around 30 degrees C or higher. And the rainy season hits between November and March, which brings lush greenery to the area. But what's really interesting is that during the winter, which is June through August, Santa Cruz experiences sorazos, and these are cold fronts that sweep up from the south, dropping temperatures unexpectedly. It's such a unique mix, so one day it could feel like the tropics, and the next day you might need a jacket. So Plaza 24 de Septiembre is the heart of the city. I have no idea how to say that. A beautiful square that's always full of life, and people love to gather there, and you'll find everyone from families to musicians to street vendors making it a lively spot at all hours. So right off the plaza is the Santa Cruz Cathedral, an impressive colonial building with beautiful wooden interiors. You can climb its tower to get a great view of the city's historical center. The Santa Cruz de la Sierra is also known for its booming arts and culture scene. The city has museums like the Museo de Arte Contemporáneo, where you'll see amazing contemporary art from Bolivian and Latin American artists. Plus, with so many festivals, dance performances, and film events happening year-round, there's always something going on. And if you enjoy local crafts, the Casco Viejo, or Old Town area, has wonderful markets with handmade leather goods, textiles, and traditional ceramics. So one of the coolest parts about Santa Cruz is its access to nature. So just a short drive away, you'll find the Lomas de Arena, or sand dunes, which are these surreal rolling sands that feel like a little desert in the middle of a tropical landscape. It's an awesome spot for sandboarding, hiking, or just soaking up the views. And there's also Ambora National Park nearby, one of Bolivia's most biodiverse areas, which is everything from cloud forests to tropical rainforest. And the park is home to jaguars, giant otters, and hundreds of bird species. So it's a paradise for nature lovers. And Santa Cruz doesn't hold back on its festivals, especially during Carnival. The city's Carnival celebration is famous for its colorful costumes, lively music, and parades that last for days. It's one of Bolivia's biggest and most exciting events, blending indigenous and Spanish traditions with Santa Cruz's distinct tropical vibe. The food here is a treat too. The Santa Cruz's cuisine is influenced by indigenous Spanish, Brazilian, and Argentine flavors with dishes like majadito, a rice dish with beef, plantains, and fried eggs, or locro, a hearty chicken soup, and of course there are many places to enjoy traditional Bolivian snacks like salteñas, which are savory pastries filled with meat and vegetables. It's a city that surprises people with its tropical beauty, modern flair, and connection to both local and international cultures. So do you think you'd ever explore Santa Cruz de la Sierra? With all the nature, food, and history, it's truly one of Bolivia's hidden gems. And we are continuing our climb, folks, up to our cruise altitude, currently getting close to 13,000 feet. Absolutely beautiful, cross through the clouds, and we're just heading up easily to our cruise altitude. So we're going to be back when we're starting our descent, and hoping to get some nice views on the way in. We'll see how things go. I'm not expecting too much in the way of weather or anything like that, so we should be good to go. All right, I'll see you guys when we get back. This is boy FlyIslandGuy. I'm out. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've started our descent into Santa Cruz de la Sierra. Right now, we are at 9,000 feet, descending to 2,900 feet, which is going to be the altitude for our final approach fix. So, we're just going to take a quick look at our approach for today, and going to bring that up now. So, at Vera Vera International, we're going to be doing the RNAV Yankee runway 34 approach. We're coming into this Camus waypoint right now, which is the kind of start of the approach, and we're just going to be heading straight in from Casmus to Edmed, and we're going to go to Acrox, and Acrox is what's at 2,900 feet. So this is going to be a pretty easy approach once we make that left turn. So right now we're kind of coming sort of directly from the south, and we're going to make that left turn on heading 339, and we're going to head straight towards the runway. So that's pretty much it. Nothing too exciting with this approach. Gonna dial back our speed. We should be starting our turn right about now. And if you look off in the distance here, it's the airport straight ahead of us. I believe that's it right there. Or not? Actually, I don't know. Wow, I was way off. No, that's not it. I think that's the... This might be the airport here? Okay, I have no clue, so I'm gonna stop guessing. I actually have no clue. Maybe this... Okay, this might be it here. I think that's it. That should be it. That should be it. That should be it. Third time's a charm, right? Alrighty. So we're going to go into idle throttle and let's get our altimeter set up. We're going to get our taxi lights on in preparation for landing. Let's see. Yeah, this is the airport kind of straight ahead. Kind of hidden behind the clouds. So I saw a bunch of false airports to begin with. That's the correct one. All right. I can go ahead and actually activate approach mode now. But I can pretty much fly this approach manually if I want. So I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, that's the runway right there. Just got to get underneath this cloud layer, just to kind of get a better view of the airport. Sorry about that. Yeah, this one should be a decent landing, I think, folks. So we are 1,000 to go before we hit 2,900. And just make sure that my altimeter is set correctly, because that has messed me up a couple times. I wonder if this is the city off to our left here. The scenery is loading in kind of as we come down, as we get a little closer. So right, we have leveled off and our speed's starting to drop now, so very soon we're going to be able to get our flaps out and our gear down. And I think I'm just going to fly it in manually. So we should get a warning soon. Back down. Let's go ahead and let's go flaps 15. Alrighty, so we have our taxi and our landing lights on. Altimeter is set. Instruments set and checked. Everything's looking good. We are depressurizing as well. Just checking to see if the scenery is loading a little more. It's like it's still doing this thing. Okay, so we're gonna go flaps 30, gear down. And runway is in sight. And we are all set for landing, folks. So I'm gonna go autopilot and yaw damper off. This is my aircraft. Speed was actually really low. Thing is, when I have these landings where I feel super confident, that's when I tend to mess things up a little bit. So I have to apply a little bit of forward pressure right now, so I'm just trying to get my trim right. Just want to be able to just Just kind of hold the aircraft steady and not have to worry too much about constantly pushing forward. These are the approaches I prefer, where, you know, you're all lined up and there's no real pressure. We do have direct headwind. Looks like it's about 8 knots, kind of hard to see. Alrighty. Setting up a trim again. Just so we have a nice smooth and steady approach. Speed is getting a little high. Don't want to be coming in too fast when they come over the threshold. We are a little left of the runway. So I normally like to be approaching at about 90 knots, just so that when I do my flare, we can kind of bleed off our speed nicely. If you could land at about 75 knots, 500. That'll be perfect. 500 check. Looking good. 2 red, 2 white. Doing about 95 knots, a little high. 2 red, 2 white once again. And we're doing about 90 knots now. A little low. 3 reds, 1 white. And we're a little right of the runway as well. Now we're getting a little left, and we're pretty low. Should be all good though. Coming right over the threshold now. And we're incredibly slow. But that's fine. I'm just gonna float it down.
Landing time logged.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Santa Cruz de la Sierra. Local time 2:50 p.m. And we're just gonna come right here. Simple, simple. That's what I like. Nice uneventful landing. Gonna go flaps up, and landing lights can come off. Strobes can come off as well. Flight director off. And let's get this into ground idle.
Warning, trim.
There we go. Now we can come right here next to this fuel truck, and we'll call it a day, folks. And that is it. Taxi lights can come off. And we'll go ahead and get
Engine off.
Warning,
Time logged.
essential bus.
engine
The
off
flight
as
is
well.
finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
Standby bus can come off. Generators come off as well. Beacon is off. And we are good to go, folks. Why is it always upside down? Eesh. And that is it. It's about as good as it gets when it comes to me in this aircraft. Wonderful, wonderful approach and landing here in Sierra de la Cruz. We're going to continue our tour up north. Hopefully we should be ending this off in probably about 3 or 4 more flights. Make sure to like and comment. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video if you see fit. Outside of that, this is your boy FlyIslandGuy saying stay safe and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.
FlyIslandGuy, we're soaring so high. With reggae beats we touch the sky.